Just a few years ago, I was the type of guy who stood at parties in the corner and be afraid to talk to anyone and just look at my phone to distract myself from being awkward. And if you ever felt awkward in social situations, trust me, I know exactly how it feels and I can help you to overcome yourself. But I changed. I went from completely socially awkward to pretty, I would say, not bad when I'm out in social settings. Of course I'm not the best, but I made so much progress and I can talk to girls effortlessly. On parties, I like to go to them. I have friends I can trust and that are loyal to me. I build a brotherhood around me, so I have a pretty nice social life for me personally. And in this video I will show you exactly how you can do it too, because it's not that complicated. It's not simple, but not complicated. And here's a picture of me just a few years ago, I think probably 3 years ago, and I made so much progress and it changed my life so much, and I just want to help you to change your life, because I know it's, for some people it's just needed, and you can do it much faster than I, because I made so many mistakes along my journey, because I had nobody that could help me, or I didn't have these videos to help myself, so that's why I make them, and you can fast pace your own journey, so you can see results pretty fast, I would say. Before I give you my 3-step process to become more socially confident when going out and don't have imposter syndrome, you know, when you feel like you don't belong here or you think, oh, everyone thinks I'm awkward, I want to tell you my own story, how I went from this old picture I showed you to where I'm now, and so you understand what is needed to change for yourself, because it's not an easy journey. I will tell you that right now. So I was in 9th grade when all started, and I was a little fatty, you know, and I was really shy. I had no experience talking to women. I was so afraid of them, and I hated how I looked. Oh, I overthought every social situation. I got into a new school. I couldn't talk to anyone because I was that shy, and I was miserable, just miserable. And you maybe, or probably, live your life right now like that, or pretty similarly, and there's hope. Just know there's hope to change. One moment in particular I remember that probably changed most for me was when in 9th grade I got into a new school. My family moved from my hometown, and there was this biology class, and that one beautiful girl sat back in the class, and she talked to her friend all the time. She just yapped, so the teacher sat her next to me, and I was so shy and so anxious that I wouldn't actually breathe when she sat next to me. Just think about it, bro. I wouldn't breathe when that girl sat next to me because I was so shy, and I thought, yeah, she would think I'm a weirdo if I breathe too loud, or if I put my hand up and talk to the teacher and give the right answer, she would think I'm a nerd, or that kind of bullshit. Just fucking insanity, really. Not only that, there was another girl in school. If I think just a few weeks later, I always wanted to talk to her and try to start a conversation, maybe go on a date with her, but I just couldn't build up the courage to speak to her. So I always get home frustrated and just hating myself, and they're all in the situation, and just out of frust I would eat so much at home in portions that you wouldn't even believe. So just that the frust would go away, and I would do that every day for every school week I had. And just one day, I know exactly, I came home, before on my home way I wanted to speak to this girl, but I didn't, of course, and I got home, I was so frustrated with the situation and fucked up. That was probably my turning point, so I started working on myself. I started improving my physical appearance, working on myself, working out, and my social appearance, how people perceived me, how I perceived myself, and just in general my social skills. So I started watching every kind of YouTube video, like you probably do right now, but I never found the perfect channel that explained everything, just niche specific, what I needed to become the best version of myself in social situations. But like I said, I just watched thousands of YouTube videos, probably a lot of from Hamza, if you know him, probably if you watch my type of videos, I read so many books, like you see probably in the back there. I reread some of them, how to influence people. A pretty famous book, or cybernetics. I will make videos on those too. The Way of the Superior Man, very good book on dating and just women in your life in general. I will make videos on them in the future. If you want to see more of that, please leave me a comment and say what you want to know specifically. So I put in the work, and month after month of hard work, even years. It took me years to become the man I am right now. Of course, I'm not some magician in social situations, but I improved so much because I started as such a retard. You're probably not a normal person that just needs some, that just want to get in social situations. You're probably just so bad in social situations that you need someone that gives you a step-by-step guide to become just, first of all, normal, that you become a normal human being functioning in social situations and then improving even more. So that's why I want to give you my social artist mindset that I developed over the years and my 3-step process in this video, how I changed my social life to be pleasant. I developed this protocol and this mindset over the years of hard work, of watching thousands of YouTube videos, of watching every single course I could find and I could afford, and reading every book I could find on social skills and just improving as a man. And I summarized all the most important things that actually work for you and to transform yourself in just 30 days. You will see such a difference. People will not see you as the man you were and think, oh my god, what did this guy do to become the man he's now. So just 30 days of work can take so much. So first of all, you have to understand what is a social artist. A social artist is a person who sees social skills not as something you were born with or something you just have or don't have. It's a skill you crafted and you become better with it with practice and time. You put in the reps like in the gym as a metaphor and you become better. And you're not born charismatic, you become charismatic. You probably have that one guy in mind when thinking of someone, of thinking that guy or something like that. In school or at work, you think, how did he become so charismatic, so socially outgoing, so even good looking, yes? And you want to be this guy in school or at work, but you just can't. And just let me tell you, he wasn't born like that. He worked on himself, he became the guy, and now he lives his life and improves daily. The thing is, of course, there are factors that include someone being socially outgoing or charismatic in, for example, his upbringing. How did he was raised, or in his teenage years, was he fat and didn't get any attention from women? Stuff like that, of course, correlates with the type of personality a person becomes in his 20s, or if he's 17, 18, 19 years old, of course. But nobody will ask you, why didn't you have that beautiful girlfriend? Why don't you have good loyal friends? Nobody will ask you that. They will just see you as a bitch if you're just not good, but they will see you as a loser. So no excuses made. You can improve yourself and nobody will ask you why you the type of person you are, only if you're a winner, but not if you are a loser. Before I give you my 3-step process, you need 3 essential mindset shifts. And if you don't have these, you can't even start practicing social skills. Of course you can do, but the effectiveness will be probably like 50% less if you just implemented this 3 mindset shifts that will change everything. Just trust me. First of all, just be yourself. It sounds so stupid and like an Instagram post motivational quote, but if you just do that, it will change so much. Because if you try to impress someone else, you change your behavior, what you would say and how you dress. Let's say you do that, okay? You will have friends, maybe you will find people you can talk to or maybe hang out with, but these people are not compatible with you. You will hang out around them, but you will just feel like an imposter, because that's not you. And you will have people to talk to and hang out, like I said, but it will not be very pleasant. And what our goal is to build a pleasant life. So just be yourself, say what you would say. Of course, don't be a geek and just be loud all the time, but just do what you would normally do and what you like, and just go for that, and you will find people that are compatible with you. Of course, some people don't like the way you are, so of course be polite and say always people, like I said, be always polite, but don't change yourself, and you will find people you be compatible with and have a pleasant social life. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, confidence comes from exposure, not theory. What it means is, if you watch every single video on social skills and read every single book, you will never be as good as the guy that goes out and practices in real social situations. So please, read all these books if you want to, and watch all these YouTube videos, but as soon as you have a clue or have a valuable tip that you can practice in real life, go put on your clothes instantly and go out and practice. Let's say you read a book, for example, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You read something and you think, oh my god, that's a good advice, I can implement it right now. Put your clothes on, even if you're already in bed, just put on your clothes, go out. I don't give a fuck if you go to the gym or in the supermarket, anywhere. Just put on your clothes, go out and practice it. Just practice this instantly and it will be stuck in your head forever. And the third principle is, people often remember how you made them feel and not exactly what you said. So ask them a lot about themselves. People love to talk about them. So it's important to not only have the right words to say, it's important to have the good energy, to be pleasant around people, that people like you. So how you make them feel. If you always shame them for some different reasons, they will not like you automatically. But if you make them feel good, I don't say lie to them. If someone is fat and asks you, should I go to the gym? And you say, no, you look perfect as you are, don't lie to them. They know that, and they will even like you worse than you lie to them. So just make them feel good, get them to talk about their interests and stuff they like, and be pleasant, give them compliments, all of that, and just have an exciting tonality and be interested in their life, and people will like you so much more if you just don't do that. So here comes my 3-step process to becoming a social artist. So step number 1, small wins but daily, and be consistent with them. Here's my habit tracker. Use a thing like that where you put on your daily challenges and just, do that, and do that daily and be consistent with it. For example, go out and talk to 3 people daily, 3 new people. I don't give a fuck who you talk to. If it's a guy in the gym and you ask him how many sets does he have left, or if it's a cashier, or a new guy in school and you ask him, hey, where's this and this. I don't give a fuck. Just talk to 3 new people every day, but do it every day, and 3 new people. That's important. Then look at people, smile at them. It's so hard, you wouldn't even believe it. Just look at people, smile at them 3 seconds longer than you would usually, and do that, and you will see how hard it actually is. And here's a small challenge from me. Go up today, in the next 2-3 hours, find a person, go up to them, or even 3 persons if you really want to have that results. Go up to them and just talk about anything. As you woke up, you don't have a clue what you would say, no problem. Just go up, and if the moment comes, you will find the right thing to say. If not, and it gets awkward, who gives a fuck? The person will forget you within seconds as you go. Just do it. Step number 2 is warm up before you go on social events. The first conversation of the day is the hardest, so warm up your voice so you have a nice tonality before you go out. And I know it sounds weird, but don't just talk to yourself before you go out in your room, and it will do so much for you, and your voice will sound so much more pleasant, and your tonality will be so much more pleasant to people just in general. And so important, if you like have a big social event in a few hours coming up. Before you go to the social event, just do something a small social event before that, and you will have so much more energy. Because if you make let's say for example you go on a date and you get nervous because you was all day in your room by yourself, and you go on a date, you will be in this social cocky state and you will just not perform on the date. So before you go out on a date, for example, go out with your friends and then instantly go on a date, because you will be in such a social mood and be so excited. It will do wonders for you. Trust me, that's the most important thing. Or just talk to some stranger in the train venue on your way and have a pleasant conversation. Just warm up before you go out on social events. And the last step number 3 is step number 3 is the 3-second rule to stop overthinking forever. So if you want to do something socially and go up, for example, to a girl and talk to her, just in your head, you walk right by her, and before you walk up to her, in your head, make a counter from 3 downwards, just a black screen, white numbers, 3, 2, 1, and as you count down, you walk up to her. You don't know what you want to say, you know nothing, just do the counter, walk up to her, and then in a moment just say what comes to your mind. Anything, it doesn't matter. But if you do that, you will, if you do the counter and you will not walk up to her, you will feel like such a bitch, and it will be such a bad feeling. So the next time you just have to do it, you know. So just do the counter, count down, and go up to the person you want to talk to and just say something. That's such an improvement for yourself, and it will. Just a little bonus tip, trust me, get in shape, bro. Every social situation you will get into, when you're in shape, is going to be better. Not only that, everything in your life will change, it will get better. Get lean, look sexy, of course, build some muscle, but lean is law. I'm trying to cut down myself right now, so trust me, it will change everything. And build some muscle, get lean, and look fucking aesthetic. Trust me, mate, it will do wonders for you. So just a little side flex, but just in general, if you're fat, cut down. If you're skinny, do a lean bulk. And in my course, I have everything you need to know about social skills if you want to know about that. And it's the first link in the description. And I have so many bonus programs there, such as my aesthetic body course. Everything you need to know about fitness and nutrition ever. You will never need to watch a YouTube video about that again. Is there included, as well as my looks maxing guide and my style guide. Everything you need for social situations. Of course, fix your posture as well in conversation. Remind yourself, fix your posture. Look at me, how do I look right now? Not really confident, but boom, how much more confident do I look if I put a smile and look more, and just look more confident, so people will treat you better. So that's very important, just a side reminder. So leave a like if you want to, and subscribe if you want to see more on this topic and become so much more socially confident, I would say. So just do it if you want to, and I would really appreciate it. So leave a comment about what's the hardest part about socializing for you, so maybe I make a video about that in the future. And as always, we're not here to say the same. See you tomorrow, but better.